5 Stoic Rules of High-Value People. What makes someone truly high value? Is it wealth, status, power, or the admiration of others? Modern society often tells us that success is measured by what we own or how many people recognize our name. But the Stoic philosophers believed something entirely different. They taught that a person's true value is revealed not by outward success, but by the strength of their character, the discipline of their mind, and the wisdom of their choices. A high-value person remains calm when others panic, disciplined when others make excuses, and humble when others seek attention. Every day, we face countless situations that test our character. Someone may insult us, plans may fall apart. We may experience failure, rejection, or disappointment. These moments reveal who we really are. The Stoics understood that while we cannot control every event, we always control our response. That response determines whether we grow stronger or allow life's challenges to defeat us. This timeless wisdom is just as powerful today as it was over 2,000 years ago. Marcus Aurelius ruled one of the greatest empires in history while facing wars, political conflict, and personal tragedy. Epictetus transformed the hardships of slavery into lessons of inner freedom. Seneca navigated immense wealth and dangerous political life without losing sight of virtue. Their lives remind us that true greatness isn't found in comfort or popularity. It is found in self-mastery, resilience, integrity, and the courage to live according to your principles. In this video, you'll discover 5 Stoic rules that high-value people quietly practice every day. These aren't tricks to impress others or shortcuts to success. They are timeless principles that help you earn respect, build confidence, and develop the kind of character that stands firm in any situation. If you apply these lessons consistently, you'll notice a transformation in the way you think, speak, and respond to the world around you. Before we begin, if you're passionate about Stoicism, personal growth, and building unshakable discipline, subscribe to Stoic Compass and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Every week, we explore timeless Stoic wisdom to help you become calmer, wiser, and mentally stronger. If this video inspires you, please like it, share it with someone who could benefit from it, and let us know in the comments which rule resonates with you the most. Now, let's begin with the first Stoic rule, a principle that forms the foundation of every truly high-value person. Rule 1. Guard your character more than your reputation. One of the greatest mistakes people make is spending their lives trying to impress others instead of improving themselves. They worry about being liked, admired, or accepted, allowing the opinions of strangers to shape their decisions. The Stoics believed this is a dangerous way to live because your reputation is never fully under your control. People may misunderstand you, criticize you, or judge you unfairly regardless of your intentions. But there is one thing that always belongs to you, your character. A high-value person protects their character above everything else because it is the true measure of who they are. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that the approval of others is temporary, but virtue lasts forever. He understood that fame fades, popularity changes, and public opinion shifts like the wind. A person who constantly seeks validation becomes emotionally dependent on other people. Their confidence rises with praise and disappears with criticism. The Stoics refused to live this way. They found peace by measuring themselves against their own principles instead of the opinions of the crowd. Think about the people you admire most. Chances are it isn't because they tried to impress everyone around them. You respect them because they are honest, dependable, disciplined, and consistent. They keep their promises even when no one is watching. They choose integrity over convenience and truth over popularity. These qualities cannot be bought, borrowed, or faked. They are earned through daily choices, and they become the foundation of lasting respect. In today's world, many people carefully build an image that looks successful on the outside while neglecting who they are on the inside. Social media encourages us to chase attention, approval, and comparison. The Stoics would remind us that appearances are temporary. A beautiful image may attract admiration for a moment, but only strong character earns trust over a lifetime. High-value people understand that they don't need to prove their worth to everyone because their actions speak louder than their words. Whenever you're faced with a difficult decision, ask yourself a simple question: will this strengthen my character or simply improve my image? That single question can change the direction of your life. Sometimes doing the right thing means standing alone. It may cost you popularity or immediate rewards. But in the long run, character always pays greater dividends than reputation. People may forget what you said, but they will remember how you lived. Epictetus taught that no one can truly harm your character without your permission. Others may insult you, spread false stories, or treat you unfairly, but they cannot force you to become dishonest, bitter, or cruel. Your response is always your choice. This realization gives you incredible freedom because your peace no longer depends on the behavior of others. Instead, it rests on your commitment to living according to your values. Building strong character is not accomplished through one grand decision. It is built through hundreds of small choices made every single day. Choosing honesty when lying would be easier. Remaining calm when anger feels justified. Keeping your word even when circumstances change. Showing kindness without expecting recognition. These quiet moments shape the person you become, and over time they create a reputation that naturally follows genuine character. The Stoics believed that a person who masters their character becomes impossible to defeat because their confidence comes from within rather than from the approval of others. That is the first rule of every truly high-value person. But character alone is not enough. To become mentally strong, you must also learn to master something even more valuable than money or status: your emotions. That is the next Stoic rule. Rule 2. Master your emotions before they master you. A high-value person is not someone who never feels anger, fear, disappointment, or sadness. Those emotions are part of being human. The difference is that they refuse to let their emotions control their decisions. The Stoics believe that a person who cannot govern their own mind will always struggle to govern their life. True strength is not measured by physical power or social status but by the ability to remain calm when everything around you seems to be falling apart. Imagine two people facing the same challenge. Both lose an important opportunity, receive harsh criticism, or experience a painful setback. One reacts with anger, blames everyone around them, and gives up. The other pauses, accepts what has happened, learns from the experience, and keeps moving forward. The situation is the same, but the outcome is completely different. What separates them is not luck or talent. It is emotional discipline. This is one of the defining qualities of every high-value person. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that events do not disturb us as much as our opinions about those events. A delayed plan, a rude comment, or an unexpected obstacle has no power to destroy your peace unless you allow it to. When you realize this, you stop reacting to every inconvenience and begin responding with wisdom. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin asking, "What is the best way to respond?" That simple shift transforms frustration into growth. Think about how many mistakes are made in moments of uncontrolled emotion. Angry words damage relationships. Fear prevents people from pursuing opportunities. Pride keeps people from admitting their mistakes. Envy steals joy from their accomplishments. The Stoics understood that uncontrolled emotions often lead to decisions we later regret. They didn't suppress emotions or pretend they didn't exist. Instead, they acknowledged them, examined them, and refused to let them become their masters. One practical Stoic exercise is to create space between your emotions and your actions. The next time someone insults you or something doesn't go according to plan, resist the urge to react immediately. Take a slow breath. Count silently. Ask yourself whether your first reaction will improve the situation or make it worse. Most of the time, you'll discover that patience produces far better results than impulsiveness. This brief pause is where wisdom begins. Seneca once observed that anger is temporary madness. When people become consumed by anger, they often say and do things they would never choose in a calm state of mind. A high-value person understands this danger and protects their peace by refusing to let temporary emotions produce permanent consequences. They know that remaining calm in difficult moments is not a sign of weakness but one of the greatest demonstrations of inner strength. Emotional mastery also means refusing to allow praise or criticism to determine your self-worth. If compliments make you feel invincible and criticism makes you feel worthless, your happiness is no longer under your control. The Stoics believed your value should come from living according to your principles, not from the opinions of others. When your confidence is rooted in character rather than approval, you become steady regardless of what people say about you. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your emotional discipline. The more often you choose patience over anger, courage over fear, and wisdom over impulse, the stronger your character becomes. Eventually, the situations that once overwhelmed you will no longer have the same power. This is the quiet confidence that defines truly high-value people. And once you've learned to master your emotions, you're ready for the next Stoic rule: protecting your time is your most valuable resource. Rule 3. Guard your time like your greatest treasure. Most people believe money is their most valuable resource. The Stoics disagreed. They believed that time is far more precious because, unlike money, it can never be earned back once it is gone. Every sunrise gives you a limited number of hours, and every sunset takes those hours away forever. A high-value person understands this truth deeply. They don't simply spend time, they invest it. They recognize that every choice they make is shaping the person they will become tomorrow. Seneca wrote that life is long enough if we know how to use it wisely. He observed that many people complain about not having enough time, yet they willingly waste hours on meaningless distractions, unnecessary arguments, and endless entertainment. They protect their money but give away their time without hesitation. The Stoics believed this was one of life's greatest contradictions. If you don't value your time, you cannot expect others to value it either. Think about how often your attention is pulled away by things that add little to your life. One notification becomes 20. A few minutes of scrolling turn into an entire evening. Conversations about gossip replace meaningful discussions. None of these moments seem significant on their own, but over weeks, months, and years, they quietly steal the life you could have spent building your future. High-value people understand that success is often the result of consistently protecting small moments that others casually throw away. Marcus Aurelius carried enormous responsibilities, yet he still found time to reflect, write, and strengthen his character. He didn't wait for the perfect schedule or ideal circumstances. He used the time he had with intention. This is a lesson for all of us. You may not control every demand on your day, but you can control how you respond to those demands. Even setting aside 30 focused minutes each day to learn, create, or improve yourself can transform your future. One practical Stoic habit is to begin each day by identifying the single most important task you must complete. Before checking social media, emails, or messages, give your best energy to the work that truly matters. The world will always offer new distractions, but your goals deserve your strongest attention. Every time you choose purpose over distraction, you strengthen your discipline and build momentum toward the life you want. High-value people also understand the importance of saying no. They know that every commitment carries a cost. Saying yes to activities that don't align with your values often means saying no to your dreams without realizing it. The Stoics weren't afraid to disappoint others when necessary because they understood that protecting their purpose required protecting their time. Learning to decline unnecessary obligations is not selfish, it is an act of wisdom. At the end of each day, ask yourself a simple question: did I spend today in a way that my future self would thank me for? Don't judge yourself harshly. Instead, use the answer as an opportunity to improve tomorrow. Small changes made consistently create extraordinary results. A single hour invested wisely every day becomes hundreds of hours over the course of a year. That is how meaningful progress is built. Remember, your life is made up of days, and your days are made up of moments. If you waste the moments, you slowly waste the life they create. But if you protect your time with wisdom and intention, you begin to build a future marked by purpose, discipline, and peace. This is one of the defining qualities of every truly high-value person. In the next rule, you'll discover why the strongest people are often the quietest, and how mastering your words can become one of your greatest sources of strength. Rule 4. Speak less and let your actions speak louder. One of the clearest signs of a high-value person is not how much they speak, but how carefully they choose their words. In a world where everyone is eager to be heard, the Stoics taught that wisdom often begins with silence. They understood that words have power. Once spoken, they cannot be taken back. For this reason, they believed a disciplined person speaks only when their words are truthful, necessary, and beneficial. A calm mind does not feel the need to win every argument or prove its worth through constant conversation. Epictetus advised his students to listen more than they spoke. He believed that every conversation is an opportunity to learn something new, but that opportunity disappears when we are only waiting for our turn to talk. High-value people pay attention. They observe, they think, and they respond with purpose rather than emotion. Because they listen carefully, their words carry greater weight. People naturally trust those who speak with wisdom instead of speaking merely to fill silence. Think about the people who leave the strongest impression on you. They are rarely the loudest in the room. Instead, they remain calm, confident, and thoughtful. They don't interrupt others to gain attention, nor do they exaggerate their achievements to earn respect. Their quiet confidence comes from knowing that real value doesn't need constant advertisement. They allow their actions to demonstrate their character, and because of this, others naturally admire them. Modern life encourages us to share every opinion, react to every headline, and respond to every criticism. The Stoics would urge us to slow down. Not every disagreement deserves a response, and not every opinion deserves your attention. Many conflicts continue only because people refuse to remain silent. A high-value person understands that protecting their peace is more important than winning unnecessary arguments. Sometimes the strongest response is choosing not to react at all. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that the best way to answer criticism was through his conduct. Instead of arguing with those who misunderstood him, he focused on living honorably. Over time, consistent actions spoke louder than any defense he could have offered. This lesson remains just as powerful today. You don't have to convince everyone that you're honest, disciplined, or kind. Live in a way that makes those qualities impossible to ignore. A simple habit can help you practice this rule. Before speaking, pause for a brief moment and ask yourself 3 questions. Is what I'm about to say true? Is it necessary? Will it improve the situation? If the answer to any of these questions is no, consider remaining silent. This short pause can prevent misunderstandings, strengthen your relationships, and help you develop greater self-control. The more intentionally you speak, the more valuable your words become. Another important lesson is to avoid boasting about your goals before you've achieved them. Many people announce their ambitions long before taking meaningful action. They seek praise for intentions instead of results. The Stoics believed that discipline works quietly. Rather than telling the world what you plan to become, focus on becoming that person. Let your consistency, integrity, and hard work reveal your character. Quiet progress often leads to the greatest accomplishments. When you master your words, you also master your reactions. You become less affected by gossip, criticism, and unnecessary conflict because you no longer feel compelled to respond to everything around you. This inner calm is one of the greatest strengths a person can possess. It earns respect without demanding it and builds influence without seeking attention. That is the fourth Stoic rule of high-value people. In the final rule, you'll discover the principle that ties everything together, the lifelong commitment to continuous self-improvement and unwavering discipline. Rule 5. Never stop improving yourself. The greatest competition you will ever face is not with other people, it is with the person you were yesterday. High-value people understand this deeply. They don't measure their success by comparing themselves to others because comparison is endless. There will always be someone richer, stronger, smarter, or more successful. The Stoics believed that true progress comes from becoming a little wiser, stronger, and more disciplined each day. This mindset creates confidence that cannot be shaken by the achievements of others. Marcus Aurelius never assumed he had learned everything. Even as the Emperor of Rome, he continued to reflect on his actions, question his decisions, and seek personal growth. His private journal, now known as Meditations, reveals a man who constantly reminded himself to be more patient, more just, and more disciplined. Despite holding immense power, he understood that self-improvement is a lifelong journey. That humility is one of the defining traits of every truly high-value person. Many people stop growing because they become comfortable. They believe they already know enough, have achieved enough, or have experienced enough. The Stoics warned against this kind of thinking. The moment you stop learning, you begin moving backward. Life is always changing, and those who refuse to grow eventually struggle to adapt. High-value people remain curious. They read, observe, ask thoughtful questions, and welcome opportunities to improve. Every challenge becomes a lesson instead of an excuse. Failure is another teacher that many people avoid. The Stoics saw failure differently. They believed mistakes are not proof of weakness but opportunities to develop wisdom. Every setback contains a lesson for those willing to examine it honestly. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can this experience teach me?" This simple change in perspective transforms disappointment into growth. Over time, failures become stepping stones rather than obstacles. One powerful habit is to end each day with honest self-reflection. Before going to sleep, spend a few quiet minutes reviewing your actions. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I fall short? How can I become better tomorrow? Seneca practiced this exercise regularly because he believed improvement begins with honest self-examination. This isn't about criticizing yourself. It's about becoming more aware of your habits so you can continue growing every day. Surrounding yourself with good influences is another essential part of self-improvement. The people you spend time with shape your thinking, your standards, and your ambitions. High-value people choose relationships that encourage wisdom, integrity, and growth rather than negativity, gossip, and complacency. They understand that character is strengthened in environments that challenge them to become better, not those that encourage them to settle for less. Remember that lasting success is rarely the result of one extraordinary effort. It is built through small, consistent actions repeated over months and years. Reading a few pages every day. Exercising even when motivation is low. Keeping your promises. Speaking honestly. Managing your emotions. Protecting your time. These daily habits may appear insignificant, but together they shape a remarkable life. The Stoics believed that excellence is not an event, it is a way of living. As you practice these 5 Stoic rules, you'll notice a quiet transformation within yourself. Your confidence will no longer depend on praise. Your peace will no longer be controlled by circumstances. Your focus will become sharper, your discipline stronger, and your character more resilient. That is the true mark of a high-value person. Not someone who seeks admiration, but someone who lives with wisdom, integrity, courage, and self-control every single day. If you found these Stoic lessons valuable, please support Stoic Compass by subscribing to the channel, liking this video, and sharing it with someone who wants to build a stronger mind and a better life. Let us know in the comments which Stoic rule challenged you the most and which one you will begin practicing today. Remember, greatness is not built in a single day, it is built one disciplined choice at a time. Please, if you find this video interesting, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. For more videos like this, thank you.